So I just finished the last episode of Mike Flanagan's Fall of the House of Usher on Netflix, which is a modern retelling of the Edgar Allan Poe story with a lot of Easter eggs from other stories of Poe, and very indicative of the Purdue family, the opioid crisis, and it was fucking amazing. um, I've been a fan of Mike Flanagan's work since Haunting of Hill House. He has also done movies like Doctor Sleep and Ouija, however you say it, and Oculus, and you know, elevated horror like that. And I like that stuff, but honestly, it's his TV shows that I really like. I remember when I first started watching Hill House, I was like, cringy or whatever. But there were so many scenes in it that I remember. Like, there was one episode that was almost one entire take around the funeral of one of the characters. And I just remember, like, pausing and just like, whoa. He also did Midnight Mass, which was, I think, only like 6 episodes. And one of the things that was amazing to me about that show is that they would have these long philosophical conversations about the after, is there an afterlife and stuff like that. And even though I personally can't really get myself to believe in any of that stuff, um, it was still fascinating. I know it's not for everyone, especially in this goldfish brained era of gotta have everything, in 3 minutes or less. In fact, if you watch this far, I'm amazed. It's 2 minutes. Oh my god. It's not for everyone, but for me personally, it's moving. It's moving. It's fascinating. The acting is always superb. But yeah, Fall of House of Usher. I did not let myself binge it. I waited at least a day between every episode, and basically the whole time between each episode, I was like, I want to see the next one. And what's amazing about House of Fall of Usher is that from the very first episode that everyone dies, but you're still waiting to see how and when each death finally happens. It's so complete. Like, it's true to the character. It's very fitting ends. Like, the worse the person is, the more grisly their death. And yet it's not like gore everywhere. There's very few jump scares. It's not like this fucking schlop that so many horror things are, where it's just strings and gore and heads but being cut off and all that stuff. Like, I can't stand that shit. Like, it's Five Nights at Freddy's type whatever. It's that is trash. And the thing I love about horror as a genre is that it's so open as far as what it can be, because it's basically releasing the shackles of, oh, we can't get into that territory, we can't make it rated R, although not all good horror is rated R. And I hate that, you say you like horror and people are like, oh, you like slasher films and, I don't know, fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And it's like, no, I actually hate that shit. No. I wish we had 2 different genre names. Because honestly, they're like so different. But I've been raving on, Mastodon and stuff like that after every episode of Usher. And I said it's like the ultimate demonstration of a proper application of Chekhov's gun, which is I guess, trope where there's something in the scene, there's something in the story that is gonna be a monumental inflection point, and you're just waiting for it to happen. The anticipation, the building dread that when it finally goes off, you're like, oh, it's an emotional payoff. And yeah, there's some really good series out there. I think the TV series or the streaming series, yeah, because you can watch it on your computer, you can watch it on your phone, blah blah blah. I think is better because it lets you really get invested. Um, in comparison, American Horror Story, like, there's a lot of great scenes, but there's also a lot of just like maudlin, pointless shit in so many of the seasons. Uh, Blythe House, Haunting of Blythe House, which is the one that came after Haunting of Hill House. I want to say House of Haunting Hill, but that's a totally different movie. Will always have significant meaning to me also because I saw the last episode with my mom, I think the day before she died. She died of cancer, like almost 3 years ago now. 3 years in, the upcoming February. And I mean, she was barely cognizant, so I can't quite say that we watched it together, but yeah, we watched the last episode of that, literally the day before she died, and so I can't watch that without thinking about that. Yeah. Anyway, 2 thumbs up for Fall of House of Usher, and if you think it's boring or whatever, then lucky you. There's always jump scares and shit on TikTok and stuff, and if that makes you happy, cool. I get nothing from it, but people are allowed to like different things. But if you can possibly take the sacrifice of watching an 8-part series or 12-part, I don't know how many episodes the other shows are, but Usher's 8 episodes. Try it. And it was all recorded way before the writer's strike, so you don't have to feel bad about that. It was recorded in 2022, and it's very, 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 very topical as far as the Purdue family and a bunch of other references. In fact, they straight up name drop Zuckerberg and a bunch of other real people briefly, but still in a negative light. I'm just how are they not going to get sued for this? So, yeah. All right, cool. I'm gonna go for a dog walk in the rain or something because I am very emotionally shook right now, and I'm gonna be recording the first episode of my new podcast with a friend of Topless Topics community, M. Rich. He is a black man from the South. I am a white woman coastal elite, but we're both very leftist and share a lot of the same values. But I think it'd be an interesting idea for us to talk about different subjects, political and video games, because we're also both huge gamers, and see what interesting conversation comes out of that. So we're going to record the first episode during today's live stream. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. But okay, yeah, gonna go have to shake myself out of this mood because man, my head is somewhere else right now. So what did you think? Did you watch Usher? Did you watch any other Mike Flanagan shows? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know. What other horror do you recommend that is in that kind of same vein of dread versus shock value? Because I'm eager for your recommendations. All right, bye.